loss and suffering are unavoidable parts of life. Whether it's losing a loved one, a relationship, or even unfulfilled goals and dreams, all these experiences can evoke profound and complex emotions. The philosophy of Stoicism, with its wisdom on facing adversity, has inspired many generations on how to approach life with equanimity and acceptance. Below are 7 quotes from famous Stoic philosophers and ways you can apply them in your life when facing significant challenges. 1. Everything changes. Nothing is permanent. Embrace and welcome change. In this quote, Marcus Aurelius subtly points out that the essence of life is constant fluctuation. When we cling to what we perceive as permanent, we often inflict pain on ourselves when confronted with the harsh reality. Everything has an expiration date. Understanding and accepting this is not only wise, but also a crucial step in the journey toward inner peace. Instead of viewing change as a dreadful storm, recognize it as an essential part of life. Remind yourself that each passing moment brings new opportunities for learning and growth. Ask yourself, what lesson can I find in this change that can help me grow? Think about those who have faced significant shocks, like losing a loved one or a job. They may have been engulfed in pain at first, but over time, many have discovered new paths they never considered. These losses, while painful, can lead to positive changes in their lives. When confronting a major change, take some time to jot down your feelings. Then, make a list of 3 positive things you can draw from this situation. This practice not only helps you recognize the value in your pain, but also opens up new approaches to life. Remember, life is a journey full of surprises. Embrace change with an open heart and a mind ready to learn. Each transformation is an opportunity to renew yourself and explore possibilities you may not have considered before. Don't fear the unknown. View it as a part of the grand adventure called life. 2. Suffering is the result of unrealistic expectations. Seneca, the author of this famous quote, was also a pioneer of Stoic philosophy. Here, he emphasizes that pain often arises from the expectations we place on ourselves and the world around us. When we expect things to unfold exactly as we want, reality can often lead to disappointment. This not only amplifies our suffering, but also hinders our ability to enjoy the present moment. This quote reminds us to be realistic in our expectations. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals or dreams, but rather that you should understand life often doesn't go according to plan. Seek acceptance instead of perfection. Ask yourself, can I adjust my expectations to align more closely with reality? Consider someone who has planned a significant event, like a wedding or a family gathering. If things don't go as planned, they might feel disappointed. However, many people realize that those imperfect moments often create the most memorable experiences. They learn that accepting reality rather than clinging to expectations can bring joy and serenity. When you feel suffering because something didn't go as expected, pause and examine your expectations. Write down 3 things you anticipated and 3 realities you are facing. Recognize that the difference between these 2 is where the pain originates, and find ways to adjust your expectations accordingly. Life doesn't always unfold the way we want, and that's natural. Instead of trying to control everything, learn to relax and accept what comes your way. Suffering will diminish when you stop fighting reality and begin to live more authentically. Remember, good things often arise from surprises, and you can find happiness even in imperfect moments. 3. Remember that everything you love can be lost. Nothing belongs to you forever. Understand that this quote conveys an important message about the impermanence of everything in life. Everything, from relationships to material possessions, can disappear. When we realize that nothing is eternal, we suffer less when confronted with loss. This acceptance helps us learn to appreciate what we have in the present without the pressure of ownership. Practicing gratitude for what you have is a helpful piece of advice for you right now, and strive to be clearly aware that everything can change. Don't let the fear of loss make you live in a state of anxiety. Instead, cherish and love what you have. Ask yourself, can I find joy in the present without clinging to it? Think about people who have experienced loss, such as losing a close friend or a cherished item. Initially, they may feel pain, but over time, many realize that this loss has made them value other relationships more and broaden their perspective on life. They learn to find value in the small things they may have overlooked before. Additionally, you can engage in a daily gratitude exercise by writing down 3 things you appreciate in your life. This will help remind you of the good things you have and lessen your anxiety about what you might lose. When you feel afraid of loss, remember that loss cannot replace the value of the memories and lessons you've gained. Keep in mind that life is a journey filled with unpredictable turns. Live in the present moment and cherish what you have, for everything can change in an instant. Let the fear of loss not hinder you from living fully, but rather view it as motivation to love and live more authentically. Each moment is precious. Live with gratitude and open your heart to the good things life has to offer. 4. Accept with serenity what you cannot change. In this quote, philosopher Seneca emphasizes a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy: acceptance. Life often throws unexpected situations at us, surprises, failures, or losses that we simply cannot control. Rather than fighting against reality, Seneca advises us to embrace the unchangeable with calm and composure. This acceptance not only alleviates pain, but also empowers us to find the strength to move forward. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. This doesn't mean you become indifferent or emotionally detached. Rather, it means you choose to confront reality with wisdom and insight. Ask yourself, what aspects of this situation can I change, and what is beyond my control? Consider those who have faced significant upheaval, such as losing a job or ending a relationship. Many have confronted pain and disappointment, only to realize that accepting the truth opened up new opportunities they had never imagined. They began to seek alternative paths, refusing to let pain bring them down. For instance, when you encounter a challenging situation that you cannot change, take a moment to practice mindfulness. Breathe deeply and acknowledge your feelings. Then, write down 2 things you can accept and 1 thing you can control. This exercise will help you separate emotion from reality, allowing for a clearer perspective. Always remain strong and rational, because life will undoubtedly present challenges and hardships that we cannot avoid. Instead of fighting against the unchangeable, learn to accept them with a serene spirit. Remember that each moment is a lesson, and in acceptance, you will discover the strength to rise above. Embrace life with all its surprises, and you'll find yourself stronger than ever. 5. Remember that no one can make you suffer unless you allow it. Pain does not solely stem from external events. It also arises from how we respond to them. When we let the emotions and actions of others dictate our feelings, we become victims of our circumstances. In truth, our happiness and suffering lie within our own hands. This can be a powerful and liberating realization, reminding us that we can choose how we feel. Take an active role in managing your emotions. When someone hurts you, ask yourself, why am I letting this affect me? Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to reflect on the situation and how you might respond more positively. Recognize that you have the power to choose how you feel and react. If you understand this and have found your psychological solution, let me know by hitting yes in the comments of the video. Think about people who have endured criticism or pressure from others. Many have learned not to allow negative remarks to hurt them. They understand that such criticism reflects someone else's viewpoint, not their own self-worth. They choose to define their value rather than letting others dictate it. In practice, when you feel hurt by someone's words or actions, take a moment to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Write down your emotions and analyze them. Consider whether you are allowing others to control your feelings. Practice creating distance between you and the emotions in that situation. You have the power to control how you feel about what happens around you. Remember that no one can make you suffer unless you allow it. You are the one who decides your happiness and peace. Stand firm in your values and beliefs. Life is full of challenges, but with self-control, you will find ways to overcome any difficulties. Be the architect of your own emotions and experiences. 6. Do not be anxious about what is not in your control. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest leaders and a renowned Stoic philosopher, highlighted the importance of focusing on what we can control. In life, we often get caught up in thoughts about things beyond our control, like other people's opinions, unforeseen events, or surrounding circumstances. Rather than letting these factors dominate our minds and emotions, Marcus suggests we redirect our attention to our own actions and how we respond to those situations. First, clearly define the boundaries between what you can control and what you cannot. Take time to analyze your worries. If you cannot change something, let it go and redirect your focus to the actions you can take. Ask yourself, what can I do in this situation to improve, and what should I accept? Many people have faced situations beyond their control, such as economic downturns, natural disasters, or personal failures. While some may fall into anxiety and helplessness, others choose to accept reality and seek solutions. They realize that the only thing they can control is their response. For example, someone who loses their job may start a new career or develop personal skills instead of merely worrying about being unemployed. When you feel anxious about something outside your control, practice mindfulness by breathing deeply and focusing on the present. Write down your worries and categorize them into 2 lists: what you can control and what you cannot. Then, concentrate on what you can change and take action from there. Life can be full of surprises and uncertainties. Don't let these things hold you back. Remember that the power lies in your hands when you decide how to respond to challenges. Focusing on what you can control will help you feel more confident and reduce anxiety. Stand firm and take action, because you have the ability to overcome any hardship if you choose the right path. 7. We suffer not because of the events themselves, but because of our thoughts about them. Here, Epictetus points out that the source of our suffering does not always come from the actual events or situations, but from how we interpret and perceive them. This means that 2 people can experience the same event, yet each may react and feel differently based on their thoughts and perspectives. Suffering often arises from negative thoughts, unrealistic expectations, or our way of viewing problems. Thus, changing our mindset can significantly impact our emotional experience. Be clearly aware that you have the right to control how you think about a situation. Instead of allowing negative thoughts to lead your emotions, challenge them by asking questions like, is this really as bad as I think? Or, is there another way to view this issue? Take the initiative to cultivate a positive and realistic mindset. Many have faced failures in life, losing jobs, breakups, or project setbacks. Those who successfully overcome suffering are often the ones who change their thinking about the situation. They don't see failure as the end, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. A prominent example is J.K. Rowling, who faced numerous setbacks before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Instead of letting disappointment stop her, she kept writing and ultimately achieved success. When you feel suffering, take some time to write down your thoughts. Identify negative thoughts and question them. Practice journaling or engage in activities like meditation to help you separate emotion from logic. Try to transform negative thoughts into more positive and realistic ones. Remember that you have the right to choose how you feel about everything in life. You may not be able to change what happens, but you can change how you perceive it. Be courageous in confronting negative thoughts and replace them with positive perspectives. On this journey, you will find the strength and ability to overcome pain and emerge stronger. Every moment of suffering is an opportunity for growth and change, so trust in your own abilities